Before we get to the differences in technologies, the various vendors you can use, and how to get the most bang from your buck, let's have a refresher. What's this information and what can you do with it?
You'll remember from high school biology, every individual's genome is made up of a unique sequence of 3 billion base pairs, adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, which are generally represented by A's, T's, C's, and G's.
And in aggregate, these letters serve as a blueprint for phenotypic characteristics and determine things about you to varying degrees.
You'll also remember from biology that genomics, which includes the interaction of genes with each other, the interaction of genes with your environment, and relates the complex ways that this blueprint is turned on and off, is a more broad concept than just reading your letters and informing you of the outcome.
Right, and there's many more concepts that we could throw at you. Heritability, epigenetics, epistasis. They all inform and impact how you express the traits which are encoded in your genome. So just reading the sequence of letters is necessary but not sufficient to tell the whole story.
Sort of like a comma.
What say you, Charlotte?
Well, a comma is small and unassuming, like a variable or modifier, but it can dramatically change the entire meaning of a sentence, or in our case, a sequence.
Aha, I see. So the sentence, "I'm hungry, let's eat mom," can have profoundly different meanings depending on whether there's a comma in the right place or not. Likewise, in genetics, there are many variables and modifiers that can completely change the ways your genes are expressed.
Beyond just the sequence of letters in your genome. So this is not a deterministic exercise, but rather a statistical one.
Yes, risk is probabilistic in nature. So first, we're trying to identify all the variables that can impact your health, and then we're trying to quantify their impact.
Let's review. First, you read the sequence of letters in your genome and derive some understanding from that. And then you look for variables and modifiers and refine your understanding.
That's a great summary, Charlotte, but let's bring it back to essentials and the question that launched this entire conversation: what can we do with this information?
One important thing to understand is carrier testing.
Prospective parents, please perk up. See, alliteration's not just for English class. This is of importance and relevance to you.
You'll remember that you inherit one set of genes from your mother and one from your father.
You might also recall that to have a recessive disease, you had to have the disease-causing mutation from both your mom and your dad to get the disease.
Generally, a single copy of the disease won't produce the drastic effects that inheriting both copies will.
So if I'm a carrier of a disease-causing mutation, but I don't actually manifest the signs of the disease, why do I care?
Well, what if your partner is also a carrier and also doesn't manifest any signs of the disease?
So individually, we may not know or not care, but together, what if we want to have kids?
Well, what are the chances that both you and your partner will pass on the disease-causing mutation to your child?
For a recessive disease, if you're both carriers, the chance is 25% that you would have a child with a disease.
So now you know the importance of knowing if you're a carrier.
And more critically, you know the importance of getting carrier tested for both you and your partner.
Till next time.